Story 1 of 5. UK PM Keir Starmer faces crisis over Peter Mandelson's failed security vetting and appointment as US Ambassador. UK PM Keir Starmer faces crisis over Peter Mandelson's failed security vetting and appointment as US Ambassador. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Peter Mandelson failed his security vetting clearance in late January 2025, but the Foreign Office overruled the recommendation and granted him clearance anyway. Keir Starmer appointed Peter Mandelson as UK Ambassador to the US in late 2024, despite known risks including his ties to Jeffrey Epstein and previous sackings from Cabinet. Ollie Robbins, the Foreign Office's permanent secretary, was sacked by Keir Starmer on the 16th of April, 2026 after The Guardian revealed the vetting failure was overruled. The UK Security Vetting, UKSV, recommended that Mandelson's clearance be denied due to a high overall concern, but the Foreign Office granted clearance instead. Keir Starmer claimed he was not informed about Mandelson's failed vetting until the 14th of April, 2026, despite the Foreign Office's decision to overrule UKSV in January 2025. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian reports that Keir Starmer claimed he was not told about Mandelson's failed vetting, but Diane Abbott and other Labour MPs argue it is not possible that Number 10 didn't know. Ollie Robbins testified that he did not see the full UKSV recommendation form, but Kat Little from the Cabinet Office stated that Robbins refused to provide the summary to her department. Starmer claims he was not aware of the vetting failure until the 14th of April, 2026, but some Labour MPs, including John McDonnell, allege Starmer knew about Mandelson's ties to Epstein and ignored warnings. This story was covered by ABC News, The Guardian, and SBS News. Story 2 of 5. Shooting at White House Correspondents Dinner targets Trump and officials, suspect charged. Shooting at White House Correspondents Dinner targets Trump and officials, suspect charged. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Cole Thomas Allen, 31, a Caltech graduate from Torrance, California, is the suspect in the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner on April 26, 2026. Allen was armed with a 12-gauge pump-action shotgun, a Rock Island Armory 1911.38 caliber semi-automatic handgun, and 3 knives during the attack. The shooting occurred at the Washington Hilton Hotel in Washington, D.C., during the White House Correspondents' Dinner on April 26, 2026, at approximately 8:36 p.m. local time. Donald Trump, Melania Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and other senior administration officials were evacuated from the ballroom after gunshots were heard. Allen was apprehended by Secret Service agents after rushing a security checkpoint near the ballroom, and a Secret Service agent was shot but survived due to a bulletproof vest. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian and ABC report that Allen was armed with a shotgun, handgun, and knives, but the exact number of knives varies between sources, 3 knives in ABC, unspecified in Guardian. The Guardian and ABC report that Allen was a guest at the Washington Hilton, but the Guardian states he checked in on April 24, while ABC says he booked a room on April 6. The Guardian and ABC report that Allen was not actively cooperating with authorities, but the Guardian states he did not respond to allegations at his hearing, while ABC does not specify his level of cooperation. This story was covered by ABC News, The Guardian, news.com.au, SBS News, Sydney Morning Herald and The Age. Story 3 of 5. 5-year-old Aboriginal girl Sharon Granites missing from Alice Springs, police suspect abduction. 5-year-old Aboriginal girl Sharon Granites missing from Alice Springs, police suspect abduction. Here's what every outlet agrees on. 5-year-old Sharon Granites, referred to as Sharon, went missing from her home at Old Timers Town Camp, Alice Springs, on Saturday night, around 11:30 p.m. Sharon was reported missing at approximately 1:30 a.m. on Sunday morning, April 27, 2026. Police are searching for 47-year-old Jefferson Lewis, who was staying at the same residence and has not been located since Saturday night. Jefferson Lewis was recently released from prison after serving an 18-month sentence for serious violence-related offenses, including aggravated assault and breaching domestic violence orders. Sharon was last seen wearing a dark blue short-sleeve t-shirt with a white stripe around the neck and sleeves, and black boxer-style underwear. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian articles refer to Sharon as a 5-year-old Aboriginal girl without a last name, while ABC explicitly identifies her as Sharon Granites. The ABC reports that Jefferson Lewis was sentenced to 18 months for aggravated assault and breaching domestic violence orders, while The Guardian does not specify the exact charges or sentence length beyond domestic and family violence-related offences. The ABC states that Lewis was released on a good behaviour bond after serving 8 months of an 11-month sentence in 2022, which is not mentioned in The Guardian articles. This story was covered by ABC News, The Guardian, and SBS News. Story 4 of 5. St Kilda coach Ross Lyon apologises after controversial comment upsets Indigenous players. St Kilda coach Ross Lyon apologises after controversial comment upsets Indigenous players. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Ross Lyon made a comment during training about a brother-boy connection involving Indigenous players, which was perceived as insensitive or potentially racist by Bradley Hill and Nazia Wanganeen Malera. Lyon offered to reconsider his position as Street Kilda coach after the incident and held an emotional meeting with Indigenous players. The comment was made on April 27, 2026, during a training session, and the incident was reported by Caroline Wilson on Channel 7's Agenda Setters on April 27, 2026. Bradley Hill and Nazia Wanganeen Malera were among the Indigenous players who expressed displeasure with Lyon's comment. Lyon acknowledged his comment didn't land where it should have landed and took full responsibility, saying he misjudged the situation. But not all outlets told the same story. The Age states Lyon offered to address the entire playing group after the initial meeting, but the players reportedly said it was unnecessary, while ABC does not mention this specific offer. The Age includes a quote from Lyon saying he was horrified at how much he had hurt those players, while ABC does not explicitly include this emotional detail. This story was covered by ABC News and The Age. Story 5 of 5. Iran proposes deal to end Strait of Hormuz blockade and war stalemate with US. Iran proposes deal to end Strait of Hormuz blockade and war stalemate with US. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Iran proposed reopening the Strait of Hormuz if the US lifts its blockade of Iranian ports and ends the war, with nuclear negotiations postponed to a later stage. Iran's latest proposal was disclosed on Monday, local time, April 27, 2026, in Iran. US President Donald Trump discussed the Iranian proposal with his top national security aides on Monday, April 27, 2026, local time. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt confirmed Trump's national security team met to discuss Iran's proposal but refused to detail its reception. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi blamed the US for the failure of previous talks and visited Russia, St. Petersburg, on April 27, 2026, to meet with President Vladimir Putin. But not all outlets told the same story. ABC states Iran's proposal would see the Iranian nuclear program discussed at a later date, while Newscomau frames it as putting negotiations for their nuclear ambitions on the back burner, with slightly different phrasing but no direct contradiction. Newscomau quotes Trump warning of a 3-day threshold for oil market collapse if the Strait of Hormuz remains closed, but ABC does not include this specific timeline. ABC emphasizes Trump's red lines are very, very clear to Iran, while Newscomau suggests Trump may lack leverage if the blockade is lifted, implying a strategic tension in US posture. This story was covered by ABC News and news.com.au.